guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome to episode 3 of Responsible Human 101. Still don't know about that name, but we're going with it. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys some ways you can increase your income. We have talked about starting out with budgeting. We've talked about decreasing your expenses and all the ways you can do that. Now we're going to talk about how you can increase your income, because the area you really want to be in is lowering your expenses and increasing your income at the same time. That's how you're really going to get ahead and get some major traction. A lot of people say you shouldn't worry about lowering those little expenses, you should worry about increasing your income, and I really think you need to do both at the same time. But anyways, let's get into it, ways you can increase your income. First thing you can do is get a second job. In the budgeting video, I talked a little bit about sacrificing, and it definitely comes in to play here as well. If you have a second job, you're going to sacrifice a lot of your free time, a lot of time with your friends and family, but it will only be temporary. So consider getting a second job. If you're really looking to increase your income and you want to get really serious and do things as quickly as possible, getting a second job is a great way to do that. Matthias and I definitely did this. At one point, Matthias was working 3 jobs and I was working 2, so all of those extra jobs helped us get some serious traction and really got the ball rolling. That extra income is what allowed us to get out of debt and save. A job that really anybody can do that I would recommend is working in the service industry. If you work in the US, it's pretty easy to get a job as a waitress, as a bartender. We always did pretty well for ourselves in this industry because when you are working for tips, I know there are a lot of negatives to that, and I'm not going to get into all of that. But one thing is for sure, when you are working as a tipped employee, the more you work, the more you smile, the more passionate you are, you can earn more. If you are in the right mindset, if you want to work really hard, if you want to pick up extra tables, work late, work an extra day, work a double, you can really control how much money you earn in the service industry. I mean, more or less, you guys. Obviously, you can't control everything. Everyone has had bad days. I was a waitress for 4 or 5 years, so I know some days you go home without any money, but I'm just saying the opportunity is there. But if I was looking to pick up some extra side income right now, what I would do right now in 2018 is definitely go drive for Uber or Lyft or launch an Airbnb experience. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but now anybody can go on Airbnb and launch an experience. So if you live in a cool city, you could do tours, or if you're an artist, you could showcase your studio. There's all sorts of cool things you can do on there. I think that'd be an awesome way to make extra money. It'd probably be more fun than delivering pizzas or working as a bartender. So I don't know all the details about it because I've never done it, but it definitely looks like an interesting opportunity. Uber, Lyft, Airbnb experiences, all that. Another thing you can do that I did personally as well is dog walking, dog sitting, house sitting. The way that I got these jobs was actually through my waitressing job, getting to know the regulars, just talking with them and building a relationship. They would start to learn that I really love dogs and animals, and it came up all the time that people were going out of town and they were looking for a dog sitter, a house sitter, dog walker, and I picked up these jobs that way, and you can make some pretty decent money. And of course, now it's 2018, there are apps for this as well. You can check out one called Rover. I know that that is like one of the major dog walking apps. So look into dog walking, house sitting, talk to people in your direct network, talk to people at work, go online. You can definitely figure out ways to make it happen. Another thing that you can do that I also did was start flipping items. So I'm a big thrift shopper, a big secondhand shopper, and a lot of the times I would be shopping for something and I would see something that wasn't my size or wasn't necessarily my style, but I knew that this was an undervalued item and I knew that I could get more for it on eBay, on Craigslist, in the Facebook buy and sell groups. So I would pick up those items. For example, I'm at Goodwill and I see a Victoria's Secret pajama set or something new with the tags on for $3.99, and I knew that I could flip that for $11.99. I mean, we're talking about really small margins, but when you're really hustling, that is what it takes sometimes. Some people can be really good at this depending on their skill set, but if you are knowledgeable about cars or lawnmowers or tools, there are always opportunities to flip things. I find that you find the cheapest items at garage sales. I mean, garage sales around here, people are selling clothes for 25 cents, 50 cents an item, and sometimes these can go on eBay for $10, $20. So you just kind of have to know what you're looking for, but over time you will gain an eye for what is undervalued. And I think this is an important life skill, just in general, being able to spot items that are undervalued, where you can add some value just by cleaning it, washing it, or just selling it in a different market. Another personal example, guys, we've done so many things. Trust me, we have tried it all. So this is what I find really helped us get ahead. But one thing you can do is paid surveys. Crazy, but we actually did this. Matthias was working in construction a few years ago, and a friend of ours referred us to this market research group because they knew that we were hustling, working all these jobs, trying to earn as much money as possible. And she gave us an email of this guy, and he started to email us all these market research studies, survey type of things that were in the construction area. So all Matthias had to do was go online and answer some questions about how he uses certain tools, and I think he had to go in once for like a focus group, and they paid, you know, $100, $200. So definitely something to look into. I know that this is kind of a tough area to find good things. A lot of them can really not be worth your time, but ask around, look online. If you really don't want to get a second job or do all these crazy things that I'm talking about, you could also just try to negotiate your salary with your current employer. See if you can be eligible for some sort of promotion. See if you can justify getting a raise with your current employer. Perhaps you're being underpaid by your current employer and you just have to look for a new job overall that pays better. If you are skilled in some sort of trade or online thing like graphic design, video editing, you could definitely consider freelancing. I have not done freelancing online myself, but I have paid for freelancers before on Upwork. I think that that is one of the most reputable sites nowadays that actually pays pretty well. Of course, you set your own prices, but there's definitely a market for freelancers. So if you have a skill or a trade, consider freelancing. So trying all or some of these things that I'm talking about in combination with trying to reduce your expenses is what is going to get you ahead, is what's going to give you this positive cash flow at the end of the month where you have some money that you can say, hey, what do I want to do with this? That's the position that you really want to get to, where you can start thinking about your future and just being financially responsible. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time and sacrifice. So I hope you're feeling inspired to get out there and hustle, to sacrifice, work hard to increase your income so you can get ahead. Really appreciate the support on these videos. If you like them, make sure you leave it a thumbs up. And that is all I have for today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!